Ryan with Cutting Edge, and today I wanted to make a video on how to create Google Forms that generate into Google Docs or Google Sheets to track all of the information that you need to know about maintenance. This can be used for many different things. We're just going to cover maintenance today. We're going to try to make this as quick, short, and sweet as possible. First thing you want to do is you want to go to google.com/sheets, or you want to open up your Google Apps, and you should have Sheets already there. If you're on a phone, you can do this in your phone by just downloading Google Sheets, and you can do this on your phone. Once we get done building this form, we should be able to share this form to any device, anywhere, mobile or otherwise, in a form that you can use like an app, and you can fill this out at any point, no matter where you are. Once you have created a new Google Sheet, it will look like this, except it won't be named. I named mine, ready to go. Up here at the top, we got tools. We want to create a form inside this Google Sheet. Once we do that, it's going to generate a new form. We can add questions here by clicking this button. A lot of times it'll automatically take you there. Not sure, I think I've already created a form here before, so it didn't do it. Once we're in here, we're going to add what kind of questions we want. And in here, you can just put whatever floats your boat. To me, I want to know who the employee is, making a selection. Right now, we're just going to have Ryan and Josh. In this system, for all of these things, this is fully editable. At any point in time, you can add, remove. It will not mess up your form. It will not mess up your sheet. You can add and remove any amount of information to make any adjustments as you want. So as you're doing this, whether or not you're staying with me and how I'm doing it, or you want to make it on your own how you want, just play with it. The way that I would do it is the way that I'm showing you now, or close to. I'm going to make this question required. I've got a drop-down menu as my option selector, and it's going to be the employee as my first question. I'm going to add a new question with the plus sign, and in this question, I want to know the equipment type. I want to categorize. So with equipment type, I'm categorizing what kind of equipment it is that we're reporting on. In this case, I want to report on trucks and let's say mowers. Those are the only two things that I want to report on, the only categories I want. Once I'm done with that, I want to make that required. Great, we're done here. Now, we want to add a new section. The reason we want to add a new section is because once we selected an equipment type, we want it to go somewhere else. We want to know the truck information. So I'm going to make a section named truck, and then we're going to put in here maybe a little note that I like to put in, like rotate tires every 5K miles, or something along those lines, and that will help your people remember that when they're logging stuff. We're going to add a question, and of course we want to know, which truck is it you're reporting on? We're going to do another drop-down menu, and that truck, it could be the 2001, well, 2001, it was going to be 2011, we'll go 2001, F-150, 2005 Ram 1500, and those are the two truck options that we have. We want this to be required. Now, real quick before we go any further, very important, after we've gotten through the maintenance log section and we've created a new section, we now have the ability to make these selections mean something. So we want to go back up here and we want to click this little button down here for the options. We click on it and we want to make it so that way when we answer this question, it goes to a section based on that answer. So those answers are truck and mowers. We want this to go to the truck section. And if we were to make a mower section, which we would if we went through this whole process, we would make that continue to the mower section. No different. You would just add another section, it would name it mowers, and we would go through all of the answers that we would want to make. Let's continue to make a few more questions here while we're messing with this. And a few other questions you might want to have in here is miles. How many miles did the truck have? We'll make that required. We want to put next service. Maybe we want to make it a date. Maybe you want to have it dated. Maybe you want it to be X amount of miles after the last service. So let's add a description. So add 5,000 miles. So we now know that what we put in for the miles, we've got a description here. Employees will know we need to add 5,000 miles. And even you might forget. You can go back and check. We're going to have more questions, and of course, you're going to have many questions. So maintenance performed. In this case, we would really want to have a checkbox section. This is how I like to do it. And with the checkbox section, it can be multiple answers because you're going to have multiple different things that you may or may not do on a service, and you don't want to be limited to one, and that's for sure. So we might just do a bunch of stuff like this, and I'm not going to go through, tires rotated, whatever. But you get the point. We can add a million different questions here. And then we're going to go add another question. In my opinion, I like to have service notes. service notes. Okay, so this, we're going to make a paragraph. We're just going to have a little bit of service note information in there just in case. We want to know when it was serviced. When was it serviced? Great. We're going to have a date on that. Perfect. That one's required. We don't want that one messing around. We want a location. Maybe I want to know location serviced. And again, we can do drop down menu on this one. Maybe you have like a Valvoline near you that you get at Service Adelaide, or a Discount Tire. You know, that was pretty common. You know, perhaps Walmart you go to, I don't know why, or the, you know, some buddy of yours named John, you know, he takes care of everything. So, you know, you want to have that required, and you can always have an other, you know, maybe you don't really know. And then lastly, I like to have anyways, I like to have a cost associated with it. What's the cost? How much did it cost me to do this service? And then if you really, really want, not that you know, you don't, obviously it's not super necessary, but you can have it set up to where you can have your employees or yourself, report the receipt. That's a tricky word. Whatever. And so, number of files, you can have that change, maximum file size, whatever, you know, and you can make it required or not. But so that way you can have employees will, you know, upload the receipts, and you'll have access to that in your sheets, which is super helpful. All right, so now we've made our form. This is obviously just the truck section, and it's very, very basic. But if we wanted to make the mower section, it would be as simple as just adding a new section, and we would call it mowers. So we're not going to go through the whole thing here on the mower side, because I just feel like it's redundant, and you probably get the idea. Mowers, again, drop down and continue, so on and so forth. So that's that part. And just quickly, we'll show you that we can just go section mowers now, because I've created that section. And so we're done. Now, you can have reporting for all your responses in here. Not going to get into that, but it's something for you to know. You can break stuff down. The send button up here at the top will give you a link. You can shorten that URL if you like. You can Control C to copy that. It will tell you right there. You take this link and you can use it to generate that form on any device. So I'll give you an example of how you would do that on a phone, because that's probably where you're most likely going to be using it at. So again, got a few screenshots here. My basic way of putting this information out here for you. But if you use that link, and you know, maybe we should go ahead and kind of kick this into a form real quick here. So I'm going to put that. This is what it would look like. All right, there you are on the PC. Here's what it looks like. On the phone, it would look like this on the backdrop. When you're inside your phone, if you hit the three little buttons up there, the Options tab, it will drop down this. You know, you can create a new tab and history and bookmarks. You should know all about this. Add to home screen. Hit that button. What it will do is it will take that link and it will create a shortcut. And it will say, do you wish to do this? You can name it whatever you want. You're going to go ahead and name it. You're going to hit add. Once you hit add, it's going to generate right here, as you can see, perfect little section right there that you can now click, and it will pull up this maintenance log on your phone. Inside the computer, here we are. Inside your phone, same thing. Select Ryan, trucks, reporting information here. It's got all the information you put. Rotate tires every 5K miles. We're doing 01. It's got 145,000 miles on it. We're going to have to do the next service at 150,000 miles. We did an oil change. We got the tires rotated. Service notes. Thing is ugly AF. Okay, it's ugly some. She don't look too good. Got it serviced today. Location service, took her to Valvoline. Cost, it was $89.99. I don't have a receipt. Didn't get one. Next. Oh, look, I didn't do something. And this is why I have to take 700 takes at this. So we're just going to hit submit real quick. Oh, gosh, I can't. This is the mistakes that happen when you're not paying attention. But we're going to select an option here. Just forget this. So if I go back to that's great, though. I'll show you how to edit. All right, so we submitted it. This is the form responses. This is where the information goes. Now it's all logged. Real easy. Do it from your phone, whatever. If you want to edit the form because you're a goofball and you made a mistake, hit the edit form button. You go down here, and at the very end of the truck, which is the second section, let's say, because it's the second one you made, don't continue to the next section. See, after selection, we don't want to do that. We want to submit the form, because we don't want to get asked the next question, which would be the mower section. This one will automatically submit at the end, as you saw, once we answered the one question we had. But to prevent you from kicking down section to section, we just want to submit the form after that section, and we're good. We would do that for any additional sections we would want. We would want to make sure we change that. It's already saved. You don't have to do anything else, and that will be fixed now. If I hit submit another response, we can go through and do the same thing in no time at all, and it will do the same thing it was. Service date 26, location, service, discount. Great. Hit submit, and it will just submit now. I don't have to ask that second question. All right, so now there's 2 logs in here. Beautiful. If you want to sort all this information, so let's say you've got a long list here, just click this top left button if you don't know anything about it. Hit this filter button right here. It will now make everything filter, or it will make it you will be able to filter them. And so you can filter by the truck, obviously, and sort. You can also take out things that you don't want, so that way if you only want to see reports from specific trucks, certain mile requirements, certain maintenance is performed, and all that will be right there. If you uploaded a receipt, it would literally have linked it to your drive, and it's just a click link, and it will generate and pop it up right there inside your drive, and you can make it available offline if you wanted to. So really powerful tool to make maintenance logs, maintenance reports. You can continue to add additional logs down here where you can log potentially all of your assets. You want to put all your VINs and your makes and your models and all the information. You want to put that in a spreadsheet, and I can do a tutorial on kind of how we do that if you want. But we think this is really, really useful to log all of our maintenance, track it for all the mowers, all the trucks, keep it all in one place, keep it logged with the same information that we would log for the assets, so we know serial numbers and part numbers for everything all in one place, and it's easy to obtain the information. And then taking it a step further, so beyond the doing it just on your mobile phone for having an app here, so to speak, if you want to put that in a website, it's just a URL link. So if you want to put a button on your website, that's only accessible by your employees, maybe you have a login that they can get into. You can it's just a link. So simple as that. You can have it here. I got a kind of an example I made. So let's say that my employees go to our website and they log in and they get into their employee login, like I am here right now, and I can create whatever I want, and our employees can just click equipment maintenance log, and boom, it's going to pull it up, and then the employees can start going through and messing with that, and so they can just put whatever they want in there, which I think is really, really helpful and makes it all in one place and really nice. So hope this video was informative. If you want more videos like this, if you think that I didn't spend enough time covering certain topics, let me know. Try to get to the point. I feel like beating around the bush just doesn't do anybody good. I just wanted the information, and if I couldn't hear it the first time, I'm just going to rewind it and play it back slower. So hope you like it. Please subscribe. Please let me know if you want more videos on business end of stuff, as well as reviews on products and things that we use or equipment. So really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good one.